Ladies and gentlemen, something unusual is happening in the country as the loans that William Samoei Ruto is taking from different lending institutions, internationally and also local institutions. They are now sending their watchdogs to come out to investigate if truly William Samoei Ruto is using this money that is being given in accordance to what he has taken the loan for. As we speak today, Kipchumba Murkomen today met the US corruption watchdog, and this US corruption watchdog is a body that closely works with IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, and also the World Bank. When William Samoei Ruto came out preparing his budget, and you saw the force that he was having towards ensuring that this budget was going to pass, was because of the pressure he was getting from the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and also from the World Bank. In other words, in simple terms, you will see that the budget of William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza government is of course being controlled by IMF and World Bank, and this budget was for the World Bank and IMF. Anything that William Ruto is doing is not the decision that he came out making. This was after there was a kind of discussion they had with IMF and World Bank. For example, when you look at the fuel levy, the fuel levy was at 8%. When they came out following the policies of IMF, this made William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza government to come out and adopt the percentage of IMF. So they were to double this percentage from 8% to 16%. So as we speak, the fuel levy is at the fuel levy taxation is at 16%, and it was doubled. Immediately that was doubled, William Ruto said that he had a reason why he was coming out to double that 16%. And this was after he had consulted the IMF. And William Ruto came out saying that if truly IMF is giving him loan and they are coming out to control how they're going to use the loan, he doesn't see any problem with that. But for us, we are seeing problem with that because someone cannot lend you money, then immediately is giving you that money in your account, then he's coming out to tell you on how to use. You should not buy this, you buy this. You should not buy this, you buy this. In other words, is someone that, for example, if you're lending a money, you want to, for example, you're planning to buy something, he will come out to tell you that you should not buy that thing, buy this thing. After buying this thing, it's benefiting someone who is telling you to buy that thing because maybe there's something coming out from that commodity. So that is whatever William Ruto is using. So these individuals who are giving William Ruto loans, they are seriously sending their watchdogs and they are seriously watching whatever William Ruto is using this money for. But in terms of different ministries, you will realize that the money that is being collected as loans, you'll find that it is heavily invested in these ministries. When it comes to agricultural ministry, look at treasury, you look at health, you look at transport, tourism, all those kind of ministries. You will find that there is a lot of money being invested in these ministries. With, of course, William Ruto is having an aim of ensuring that is going to at least achieve his agendas, which for me, I've seen him not achieving a lot when you look at the truth, because his argument is not giving us the prospect whereby you will understand the kind of work they're using this money for. Because just about 2 hours, I've analyzed a video here about the loans that William Ruto has already acquired from this international institution, lending international institutions. And apart from that, remember, we are having local lending institutions that are in the country where the government is taking money, promising them that we will pay or this and this will do business with you. And those are the kind of criteria that William Ruto is using. But again, at the same time, you've seen the US corruption watchdog in Kenya. What does it mean? This comes after William Ruto had 9 billion deal with these international lending institutions, and that is IMF and World Bank. So they're coming out to at least watch whatever William Ruto is using this money for, which for me it is a good movement, or rather a good move as per what I'm seeing, because truly if they can, yes, come out and watch and at least assess what this money is purported for, because when look at them coming out to go for that loan, they're saying that it is for road, or rather they want to build roads. But in real sense, this money is being diverted from what it is purported for and now is being taken to another reason. For example, if it was about building roads, now it's being taken to the Ministry of Health, maybe building hospitals. So I think these people are not sure of giving William Ruto loans. They are not sure. Just the other day, China had this so-called China-Africa Summit. William Ruto, I don't know, William Ruto never went to that meeting. But later on, there was a China-African kind of discussion whereby China wanted to give their money to African countries where they can develop with what they intend to do with the money in Africa. For example, you look at we have US Africa Summit, we have Russia Africa Summit, we have China Africa Summit, and these summits, they always have something that they give to African countries, and that is why when they are calling these summits, they always come with that mentality that they are going to control many part of certain, let me say, development or other business they're doing with these countries. So when William Ruto had discussion with China, you saw just the other day William Ruto was in China, and also the Prime Minister of Ethiopia was in China. Immediately, these people came from China. China came out giving us the list of countries, African countries, that were going to benefit from the money. Kenya was left out, but Ethiopia, Tanzania, and others were among of them. Now, just yesterday, I saw a news, or rather, I read certain news, that China came out rejecting these African countries, giving them loan. Why? Because of the kind of Kenya struggling to pay the Eurobond, billions of money. So in that case, it means that these people who are giving William Ruto loans, they are not assured that William Ruto is going to pay these loans. And what is the intended purpose of having that loan? That is something that is questionable. And that is why today, US Corruption Watchdog met Kipchumba Murkomen. And after meeting Kipchumba Murkomen was to ensure that the money is going to be at least do what is purported for, not something else that is not purported for. So when you look at even the way the government is behaving, it's behaving in a kind of way of they're not sure of whatever they're doing. And that is why day in, day out, they're having money. But in real sense, there's certain issues that they must come out to resolve. At the same time, you're raising taxes, you're coming out to have loans. Actually, it is time for these people to react. When it comes to help, they must come out to respond on that. When it comes to school fees, these people must come out to fund students. In terms of fuel, they must come out to lower the prices. In terms of even coming out to have conversation with these private companies. So those are the issues that these US corruption watchdogs are coming out to understand. Watu wanafanyia pesa hii yetu yenye wamechukua aje. And that is why they are so serious on this money they're giving Kenya, does it mean that they are not sure about William Ruto paying those loans? What do you think?